Hello Mayhem Makers, I am Mindy from Quilting Mayhem and welcome to week 3 of Summer Sampler. Hopefully you're having fun and joining along. Remember, you do need to go into the store to pick up the pattern. This is what week 3 will look like. Called it the crystal block. Don't ask me why I name them that way. I just thought it kind of looked like cut glass, so kind of fun. This one's super easy. So we're making half square triangles. Make sure you grab your tucker trimmer tool if you've got one, because that's really all you're going to need. We're going to cut some squares. We're going to place them right sides together, sew on them, cut them apart, press them, and voila. So pretty easy. So you will take your darker fabric and your medium fabric, draw a diagonal line on one of them, and just put them right sides together. All right, same technique we've been doing. So 1/4 inch from either side of the line. So it will look like this. Let's see if I can get that for you. There you go. So just 1/4 inch either side of that line. And then what we'll do is cut them apart and press them, and they'll look like half square triangles. So this one I have not trimmed yet. I figured I'd show you how to use this trimmer tool. I'm loving this thing. And I like that this does half square triangles and 1/4 square triangles. So fairly simple. Let's see, because this one, we need to switch the halves. So it has both even or single increments, and then it has them with the 1/2 inches. And what'll be nice is you just kind of make sure you're lining up your diagonal seam line with the diagonal on the ruler, and then I'm going to trim. So I want to make sure I have a little bit sitting outside this 3.5 mark, and I have a little bit on the outside here, so I can trim it all off. All right, so that's all I'm doing for you guys, is lining it up. And that's what's going to make sure that those diagonal points stay right where they are and they don't get kind of offset. Sometimes they get wonky. I'll just trim this side. It's nice and clean. All right, so we're doing it with the dark fabric and the medium fabric. We have 3 sets that are going to make 6 total of the half square triangles, and then we have 2 sets that are the lighter, what I would call a background color, and then the dark fabric is what we've placed together. And then just did the same 1/4 inch on either side. We'll cut them apart, press them. They'll look like this, trim them, and lay them out. We'll put it together. So let me get caught up on all this cutting and trimming and get all these half square triangles ready, and then we'll lay it out and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so we have everything trimmed up and nice and laid out. So make sure you're paying attention to which way your half square triangles face. You want like these backgrounds facing away from those corners. And you want to make sure these, which should be medium, because see, here I already have one going the wrong way, are going inward and kind of making a chain down through the middle. All right, so lay it out, and then we're just going to create rows. So I'm going to sew these blocks across and make rows, and then we'll start putting it together row by row. So let me get my rows together and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so we have rows all put together. Make sure you're definitely laying them out as you go, because I was already trying to flip things around and get them all going the wrong way. Next, so we'll get you over here. So row 1 and 2, I'm going to flip right sides together, and I'm going to pin at where each one of these seams line up. Now note, I did press open. I generally do. If you are pressing one way or the other, just make sure the top seam is going one way and the bottom seam is going the opposite direction for you, so that they will nest up together. But by pressing them open, I don't have to worry about making sure which row is going which way. Okay, so row 1 and 2, and then we're going to do the same for row 3 and 4. Just lay them right sides together and do some pins. Now because these are shorter blocks, you shouldn't need to pin this corner, the ending part. You just want to make sure that when you get to this part of the seam as you're stitching, I usually stop, line up this corner to make sure that they match, because that's what will keep your block from getting off in the middle. If these points don't match at the beginning and the end, your block will get wonky, because those joints won't be together nice and pretty. So just make sure when you start and when you end, these corners are nice and happy together. And if you need to pin it so that you make sure, because like this one's trying to be fussy, so sometimes I just go ahead and pin it. So make sure those corners are together, as happy as they can be. You always just throw a pin in there. And then this is my starting point, so I'm just going to match it up as I go to my machine. And then we'll get them together. I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so row 1 and 2, and then row 3 and 4, which technically they're the same if you flip them around, but this is how we do it. All right, so the only thing left is we're just going to take these two pieces, flip them right sides together. We're going to pin them, we're going to sew them, and we're going to press them and be done. It's this easy. All right. Just good old 1, 2, 3 pins. We're ready to go. So I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Love this block. Remember, your colors may be different than mine. And look at those nice flat seams on the back. It just makes me happy. But there is our crystal block. So hope you enjoyed it. If you need help, you're struggling, just reach out. info@Quilting Mayhem. Come see us at the store. You can message us on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, all the social medias, or, you know, just whatever. Call us. We'll help you. I can video chat with you if you need help, and you're not local, any of that. Just let us know. All right. So hopefully you're enjoying it. And until next week, keep on stitching.